Hello, everybody. I'm your host, Eric Bird, here at StopStrugglingNow.com. And another event, the SSN Lifestyle Punta Cana Investors Forum, December 2nd, 3rd, and 4th, has come to an end. But it was awesome to meet SSN Nation members and learn more. Stay tuned. We have some images from Laramar City and Resort. Can you believe it? And welcome to Foci Optics. Check. Stop Struggling Now gear. Check. And please like, subscribe, and click the bell below so you get the latest updates. Now, let's get to it. All right, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We're back in the lab. And once again, I want to thank you so much once again for being here. Please share the videos because you never know who's looking for this information. We have at least double digits of Laramar City and Resort owners who watch this channel and are part of the SSN Nation. So of course you guys are clamoring for updates from Laramar City and Resort. Well, I went up there when we were at our SSN Lifestyle Punta Cana Investors Forum. It was almost too late. A few of you hit me up saying, hey, Art, since you're there, why don't you go up to the cliff? I'm like, oh my God, it's Friday around 5 p.m. So I'm going to set this up for you. And therefore, I had to quickly get up there with a few people to let them see what it looks like and maybe they have some other advice. But without further ado, I want to show you something before we get into this because this will be the next video that I will produce. 8 things developers need to know about multifamily construction. A lot of you out here want to be developers, want to be builders, want to be multifamily construction persons, corporations, LLC, SRLs. And there's a lot of things that people take for granted. So I will go over this real briefly just so you can see on the list what things are talked about. Well, I'll drop down to the bottom because this is the most important. 1, location. 2, funding and financing. 3, insurance and risk considerations. 4, zoning and regulations. 5, infrastructure and utilities planning. 6, amenities and common space. 7, sustainability and green building comes back to help you. Integration and innovation. That's the 8. So without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, that's what I wanted to show you. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you, I was basically just, up there checking things out. I planned on taking pictures. But then as we're driving down the street off of the highway, which is a 2-lane road, but highway, I said, as I'm going through, I'm like, oh my God, I have my phone. I should be taking a video of this. The video didn't turn out that good, but we have to go with what we have, right? So I'm going to let it play a little video. This video is in sequence. It's as we're driving in. And so I just took out my phone, I'm in the car, and I just hit record. And it came out kind of weird, but you guys get the idea. This is as we're coming in. I'm on the left side of the car, so therefore I'm showing the left side. You'll notice, I believe it's in video number 2 that will come up, that Campo de Golf, there's a sign, but again, I don't know the markers because I haven't been up there with the any officials of Laramar City and Resort or anybody, any realtor, brokers, or anybody else, agents or anything all together going up there to see where each section is. So that's the first thing that I want to tell you before we get started, all right? So let's get into some of these things, shall we? You can see here, this ends up being like a roundabout, which who knows if this is what's going to be the end product, because they're not building, they're moving dirt and rocks around, busting rocks. So there's a sign over there far left that I can't see. You see, I swing around and see, you can see what the road and terrain looks like, because this is where all the trucks are coming. You can see over here to the right. So there's equipment. And so this is the main place and area that they're coming down, and they're doing things along this road. So it's pretty simple. There's the Campo de Golf, but I don't know if that means it's supposed to be in this area. Again, I don't know the markers on this land. There's lots of acres, hundreds of acres, just to be exact. So that's one of the things you want to look at. Now, again, I'm holding something, the phone, and I'm like, oh, let me check out something else. So again, on the left side, this is what the terrain presently looks like. It's a whole bunch of land with trees and other things. Here's the view at the end that everybody likes to see. I can't blame you for that one. I can't blame you. Look at this. You may not be able to tell on this day, but with your eyes, you can see water sitting on the cliff. Literally standing there, you can see the water. So you can imagine, if you are able to be 40, 50, 60, 70 feet high, which you will in any of the towers, then you clearly will be able to see over all of Punta Cana. And you can presently see there's a whole bunch of possibilities on building and infrastructure that can be done when you have this type of view. So that is very special, and you may not realize it right now, but it is very, very special. And let me know what you guys think in the comment section. The owners who have purchased there already know that it's special. There's questions of if this will be built. Yes, it's going to be built, ladies and gentlemen. They have their environmental impact license. It's just a matter of everything else that they have to do, because you need probably permits for when you're bringing electricity, when you're bringing in the water lines, when you're being in the everything that you're trying to build there. You generally need a separate permit. So again, stay tuned for a video in the next 24 hours going over multifamily construction, so then you'll understand exactly a little bit better why somebody can't just say, I'm going to develop land, no matter where you are, in what country, what city, and then the next week, next month, next year, when you're doing a massive project that you think everything's going to go through like 12 months, everything's going to go through. Sometimes things sit for 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 months, and you can't get it, even in America. All right. Just like if you're in California. So I'm a California kid. You try to build something in California on the ocean or near the ocean and see what happens with your permits. See how long it's going to take you to get them. So these are the type of things that people forget when you are a buyer, and sometimes even developers forget that the timelines aren't timelines that are optimal. 6, 8 months, 6, 8 months twice is a year and a half. So you forget, and you're telling people I can do stuff in 3 years, but you're not realizing almost 2 of those 3 years you might have to deal with paperwork. So these are the type of little lessons that are learned. Now, let's get into some pictures, because yes, we actually have pictures here. Now, look, this is very interesting. I didn't really want to start there. Let me see if I can actually, no, I'm going to try to go through this pretty fast, but we have 29 pictures. I have 29 pictures, and I'm going to show you. So let me know what you guys think. You guys should have comments about this. Of course, I'm just going back to number 1 real fast, but there's 29 pictures. I have 30, but one was black, and I don't know why it's black. Again, this is driving along, and you can see the terrain. There's up and there's down. So in some instances, I don't know how they're building this. I mean, there's no schematics that they're sharing with the general public, but just think about any elevations that go up is even better for people that are in the front row or potentially second row towers. So think about that. But again, we don't know where everything sits. See, here we go again, as they clear things, that the elevations could be a little higher in different locations, which they need to be. right? Because they're supposed to be, let me know if I'm wrong, but they're supposed to be underground, under buildings, underground parking and things like that. So that means there needs to be elevation somewhere. Now, you can see some of the dump trucks and some other earth moving equipment. And again, I'm driving and we're going down here and clear road. I mean, it has to be. You have to have all this equipment. Dumpster is dumping out. Here's something that's very interesting. I don't know what this area is. Again, I don't know any of the blueprints, any of the schematics. I don't know any of them. So I could tell you if I did, but I'm not privy to that. So whatever they're doing here, clearly you have to do rock busting. You're going to have to dig and get rid of rocks and everything and then clear out areas no matter what you're building. So whatever this is, they're getting to it right now. All right, just letting you know. Somebody might be watching this might know what this section is, but you can easily see they're down. I don't know if that's 10 feet, 20 feet, 30 feet. But again, this is pretty deep, and it looks like they're going a little bit deeper. And this is what I would expect if I'm building towers, but I don't know what towers would be up here. But all I'm saying is I would expect if underground parking or underground shops or anything like that, I would expect there has to be some sort of digging. And so there has to be this type of thing going on. And again, you can see on one side, that's a ways up on the far right-hand side. So whatever's happening here, at least they're moving it, getting the area cleared out, digging. So hopefully that's a good sign for a lot of you owners. This here is here, which is across from the pavilion, which is still there, which I'll show you. I walked across. This is very nice. I don't know what it's going to be used for. I won't even say what Juan Andreas told me about it when I saw him on Monday. This is December 6th is when these pictures were taken. And I seen him December 2nd. And he said there's going to be something special up here on the cliff. Well, I get up here and I see this. This looks more like what I would expect, some sort of an office area. You have, you have inspectors that need to come. You may have office personnel. You may have the people that the manager of the project needs to go over some paperwork. So yeah, it makes sense that you're going to have some sort of offices on site where it's out of the elements in case it's raining or windy or anything like that. So that's what I'm assuming this could be, or it could be something else. And now the pavilion is still there, and they're building around it, and it's a great surprise because apparently they plan on having a lot of people come on. Now, this over here is on the right-hand side. Once again, don't know what section of Larimar this would be, but it's on the cliff area right to the right there, which is a good sign. And again, here goes another picture. But my point that I want to bring up is they might have dumped some of this rocks and everything here, but I want you guys to understand that road that I took in is a long way from the main road. So you have to start thinking, well, I start thinking because I've developed things before. I start thinking, where's the water lines, and do I have to bring those all the way down? Which means they're going to be underground, right? They're not going to be above ground. So that means I have to bring it how far down, and obviously, will I have pressure, which means may I have to have pumps. I won't get into too much of this, but that just gets you started thinking like, okay, and then when I have buildings, I have to have sewer go somewhere as well. Now, if I have rocks like this, I have to have trenches, right? We have to have trench lines going through. I don't, or maybe we can use the natural, well, I don't think we can down the hill because that's actually protected. Anyhow, I don't know what they're building here. This is on the right-hand side of the pavilion. So, but this right here is very interesting because they started putting out these picnic tables and chairs. So people can come up there. I assumed people could come up there and whether they're owners or whether they're potential customers or family, friends, I don't know. I figured that area there would be for people and help out everybody, so that's very interesting as well. And it's not just a few, it's a lot. I mean, what is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. and they all have four. Well, you can have four chairs, so that's at least 20, 30 people from what we can see, right? And look at this nice big one. And they're all on this side of the cliff, and they all have excellent views. Like I said, you guys can see it right here. Look, that's what everybody's buying. Not everybody. Some people aren't going to be up front on the cliff, but this is what they're buying because this is where the beach clubs would be. And the first level beach club is supposed to be up front, and then the owner's beach club is supposed to be up a little bit higher and a little bit back, right? So that's the Farallon. That's the boardwalk, as we call it. And so this is, when you go up there, I will have to admit, some of you have already been up there. It's awesome. There's nothing bad to say. It's awesome. So once again, you could see different seating arrangements along the cliff, which is kind of cool right now because they're building over the next year and a half. Well, they're going to be building for the next 5, 6, 7 years. I mean, they're talking about villas. They're talking about a golf course. They're talking about golf condos. They're talking about townhomes. They're talking about a clubhouse for the golf course, 18-hole golf course. So clearly, the hotels that are supposed to be built. This is not a 2, 3, 4, 5-year plan. This is, I don't know what their estimation is, but I'm thinking 10, 12, 13, 14 years if you start talking about 20, 30, 40 towers plus the, what is that, 1.8 miles of the cliff, which are going to be beach clubs. And then you throw in shopping malls and you throw in medical facilities, school. You're adding a lot of things. And so therefore, and that's just for starters. I left out restaurant, bars, potential and casino and all this. These all have to be built as well. And we're talking about not just 2 hotels, but it's going to be, I think, 6 total. So again, let me know what you guys are thinking about this and just showing once again what we have here. And we're back to the table and the awesome view. What can I say? There's nothing more to say about it. It's just beautiful up there. So let me know what you guys think. And I'm pretty sure a few people will have a lot to say down below in the comment section. And with all that said, thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. And please like, subscribe, and click the bell below so you get the latest updates. And I know it's hard out here, but it's Christmas time. December. What is today? The 13th, 2024. You buy assets. No liabilities, and I know it's hard not to buy liabilities during Christmas. But think of assets such as knowledge and information and getting a person to be able to move forward as presents. Hell, since when is buying somebody's stocks and dividend stocks not a great present where they can make money every month, every 3 months, half a year, whenever they issue dividends? That's not a bad idea. We should start making buying assets that give us back money a Christmas present. That should be the standard. And with all that said, be safe out here. I love you guys very much. I appreciate your support over all these years. And keep your head up. Keep moving. And I'm out.